am a big fan of theme park rides. They are really awesome. I love theme park rides. From awesome roller coasters like the Incredible Hulk coaster to a few kiddie rides like Flight of the Hippogriff. Yeah, I'm a big fan of theme park rides, but I'm also a big fan of jumping and swimming in the water. And I'm also a big fan of rides, so if you combine those two, you get water rides. So yeah, that's what we are going to talk about today. I've never on this YouTube channel. I've never talked about the Flume water rides except my Jurassic Park ride review video. Yeah, my most popular video on this channel. But yeah, that is what I am going to do today. But yeah, yes people, I will not be including rapids rides on this list, like, spinning water rides like Colorado and Liseberg, or like Jurassic Park the ride, the one in Singapore. And I also will not be including the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs ride. And those rides, a few of those rides. And I also will not be including that that spinning rapids ride at Animal Kingdom. Yeah, I will not be including rapid rides. Yeah. But yeah, today we're gonna talk about, this is my list of the top 5 best water rides. Number 5. Coming in number 5 is Pirates of the Caribbean The Ride. Now, Pirates of the Caribbean The Ride opened at Disneyland in 1967, and the one thing I think is pretty cool is that the animatronics are pretty cool, and there are actually 119 audio animatronics, and there are a few parts of the ride that I think is pretty well made. Pretty well made, but the biggest problem with this ride is that it doesn't really have that super duper big intense drops like many other awesome flume rides have, which is one thing I think this ride should have. I mean, I think that the ride in Shanghai is pretty cool, but yeah, that ride I haven't ridden yet. I've only seen it on YouTube, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good ride, but I think it's I think they should there are a few parts they should have done way better with that ride. But still, in general, to be one of the first flume rides ever made, I think it's really cool. One thing I think is really cool is that Johnny Depp, actually the voice of Captain Jack Sparrow, showed up on the ride of the premiere of Pirates of the Caribbean 5 2 years ago in 2017. That I think is really cool. But still, though, it's pretty much an okay ride. Pretty good to be an awesome ride at Disneyland and Disney World, I guess. But yeah, that's why it's coming in at number 5. Number 4. Coming in number 4 is Flume Ride The Ride. If you have not heard of this ride, this is an awesome ride at an amusement park called Liseberg. Yeah, it's an amusement park in Gothenburg, Sweden. And as you can see right here, this is a POV. Yeah, so my dad filmed this POV in July of 2019, and the Flume Ride The Ride opened at the amusement park Liseberg in 1973, and the ride is 4 minutes long. Yeah, so yeah, this is a really good ride. Yeah, and for people who really like flume rides, this is a ride, an awesome ride. This is a perfect way to cool off with a splash. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome ride. I really enjoyed this ride. This is easily a Liseberg classic. So yeah, for people who really enjoy flume rides, water rides, and like sometimes to get wet, I recommend this ride for people who really enjoy flume rides and water rides. But yeah, anyways guys, that's why it easily comes in at number 4. Now before we move on to number 3, here are a few honorable mentions. So the first honorable mention is Jungle Cruise. Yes, people, the new Jungle Cruise movie is coming out, and I'm pretty excited for the movie. It comes out in July of 2020, next year. And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is in the movie, and also Emily Blunt is in this movie. She was the girl that played Mary Poppins. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the movie. I think the movie's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, the actual Jungle Cruise ride, I think is pretty much okay. It's not really the best ride. It's not one of those rides that like I want to go again rides. So it's not a really super good ride, but so I think that the animatronics are pretty good. Yeah, so I can give them credit for that. Yeah, but yeah, it's one of those rides that are okay, I guess. But at least the movie, the ride deserves to be at honorable mention. Yeah. So yeah, it's not a super good ride, but it deserves to be at honorable mention. But yeah, let's move on to the second honorable mention. Now, the second honorable mention is Navi River Journey. This ride is really cool. And Navi's River Journey opened its release date in May 27, 2017. And this ride is a little bit like It's a Small World, but it's in Pandora instead. And it's based on the movie Avatar from 2009. And yeah, I think that this ride is really cool. There are many things in this ride that is really cool and really well made. It's like the world of Pandora, the actual world of Avatar I think is really cool. It's pretty well made. I mean, how the heck did they build those like floating mountains? Wouldn't they fall or what? But yeah, I think this ride is really cool, and easily the best part of this ride is the Navi animatronic in the end of the ride. And yeah, one thing I did not really like about the ride, and one thing I think that they should have had in the ride was like a big drop in the end of the ride. But yeah, for some reason they didn't, and that I think is a little bit weird. But yeah, it's a really cool ride, but it's not really the best. Just like Jungle Cruise, the ride, it's not really the best water ride, and it's not really the worst water ride. But yeah, that's why it's coming in at honorable mention. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in part 2 of top 5 best water rides.